Jason, and he's kind of the do-all guy.
Media man, that's the media man.
We started talking like sports, and Jace is on fire.
What's going on, everybody? Media Man and friends here. I'm your host, Jace Henson, obviously the Media Man. Indeed, a couple housekeeping things. Make sure you guys are keeping up with the episodes on YouTube. Trying to figure out how to get them onto Apple and Spotify is a little more difficult than I thought. Other news, got a new podcast starting up with Lindsay Ridgway, former sideline reporter at NAU, current social media manager of Tucson SC or FC. So make sure you guys are keeping up with that. But today's guest is Mr. Gabe Katko. Gabe and I actually just met, 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks ago, yeah.
About 2 weeks ago at the New Mexico State game, the Rio Grande Valley, or Rio Grande, what is it? Is the Rio Grande rivalry?
The rivalry of I-25. I've heard it called a lot of different things. I know it is.
A lot of different. There you go. A lot of different names for the rivalry is where we met each other. Gabe, go ahead and tell people about yourself, man.
My name is Gabe Katko. I am 22 years old, originally from Los Alamos, New Mexico, and I'm currently in Las Cruces studying multimedia journalism. These days you'll find me on the football field or at swim meets, any of the fall sports. It's been a lot of fun this semester, staying busy, really just trying to build a portfolio for the end of the tunnel when I graduate in a year. So other than that, I'm just happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. And, it's kind of funny because you were Lobo and now you're an Aggie.
I was once upon a time.
You've been on both sides of the rivalry.
I have.
What's that been like? Being on the other side.
It's been interesting. It's funny coming back to Albuquerque from Cruces and just knowing where everything is, and all my friends kind of look at me like, "Yo, we're in enemy territory here. Like, what do you mean? Like all the places around. That's kind of crazy." So, obviously, I still hold a lot of memories close to me from Albuquerque, but I think I've made a good name for myself down here, and I've had a really good time and made home here in Las Cruces. So
absolutely, and we have a mutual friend, Emerson Calhoun. Shout out to you, Biggie. That's kind of how we met each other. Was we were going to the game, and we were riding into Emerson, and you and I got to talking about the spread of the game and why we didn't like how big it was. And I was like, yeah, I vibe with this guy for sure. And ever since, we any article I write or anything I do, I shoot to him, and vice versa with that. So how did you when did you decide multimedia journalism and this whole microphone and reporting, whether it's via video or via photography or via writing, when did you decide that's what I want to do?
It honestly took me a really long time to kind of figure out what exactly I wanted to do. Once upon a time, our backyard neighbor, he was the voice of the Hilltoppers where I'm from. Shout out Los Alamos High. And he worked the radio. He'd broadcast all the sports events, whether they were in town or as far as Farmington or Belen. And one night he let me on the air, good old 8-year-old me, just watching football play and being a spotter, like, oh, this guy made the tackle, this guy made the catch, vice versa. But when I originally enrolled at UNM, I was a little conflicted. I was like, okay, I don't know exactly what I want to do for my education. So I went undecided for a year and found out that just doing general education classes isn't the most fun, and realized that journalism has kind of always been on the back burner for me. And I finally just took the step and committed to it. And it's been the best decision of my life by far.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when you look at it, I'm not a media or journalism major. I am a business major. So that's so that I can do the things like this, the JMH Media company that I run and whatnot like that. So, you look ahead at it. What part of the business is your favorite so far? The writing, the photography?
It's really cool to be able to write an article and then have photos, my own photos supporting the article. That's been the most rewarding thing so far this semester.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, and every writer has a different writing style. For those who don't read sports articles or read books, or every writer has a different style. So when I see something that Gabe does, I'm like, hey, that might work for me, and I try to implement it. Is there like a certain figure in the sports media world that you kind of mimic any of your stuff after?
That's a tough question. Off the dome, I don't think I really try to mimic anything. If anything, I try to make whatever I'm writing appealing to whoever's reading it. So whether you understand football or not, I want to be able to turn this inside out. Be like, okay, offensively, here's what we're looking at. Defensively, here's what we're looking at. And then just based on past performances, the view ahead, all that stuff.
Is there?
As far as people, I don't know.
I was gonna say, is there like a guy that you watch on, say, Saturdays or Sundays or whatever days you're watching sports, and you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to be like that guy? Is there one guy or multiple guys or women
Bob
maybe?
Costas. He's not as active nowadays, but he's one of the more prominent announcers that I think is really, really cool. And I honestly don't like people slandering Al Michaels all that much. He's still out here. He's been almost 50 years commentating.
Yeah, Big Al doing Thursday Night Football with Herb Street, man.
Always been a fan of him, dude.
I've always been a fan of both Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. When they announced those were going to be the commentators for Thursday night, I was like, I don't care what game it is, I'm watching. Those are two guys that I love to listen to and watch, and I could care less what's going on with the game. Just listening to their banters during the game is awesome. So, okay, you go to UNM. I don't know what to do. You get to New Mexico State, multimedia journalism. How did you get into the position that you're in of writing for who you're writing for and taking photography and all that? How did you get into that?
I would say that attributes a lot to like the professors that I've met around the journalism department in general. Last semester, I was in a completely different realm with the live news broadcasts, working in a newsroom, producing packages and helping write scripts and all that. But just trying a little bit of everything. That's kind of really helped me get a gauge on the atmosphere of journalism and where exactly I want to be. So I think that answers it best.
Yeah. Okay. Heck, no, I mean, I've never been in a newsroom myself, and I've been in sports media for 4 years now, doing microphone business, doing writing, doing pictures, doing video, doing everything that I can try to do to build this portfolio. What has been the hardest part of like building this portfolio that you have?
Oh, putting myself out there, dude. It's hard to go up and talk to strangers about like current news events or a package or whatever. I produced a package on suicide awareness, and like that was the first package I ever was assigned. So trying to go about that in a respectful way and do the subject justice is really, really hard to do. And it's scary. It's intimidating.
It is. I mean, and unfortunately, as much as a lot of people think, oh, you just kind of jump into the sports business and that's what you do. It's not how it works sometimes. Some people I've known, they've started in the regular news and they've worked their way up into the sports anchor or they've worked their way up into Fox or CBS or ESPN. And sometimes you get those stories that you're like, man, how do I go about this the right way and give the story exactly what it needs for my audience? And it's a very difficult thing to do if you've never done it before. So in high school, did you do anything in high school that was media related? Did you do anything like that?
The only thing I really did that I'm still doing in high school was photography. I started with a little camera, not this one, but like a camera as small as this, and then graduating to something like this. Because mind you, when I was a junior, COVID hit, and that's in the middle of my junior year. And I don't know if you've ever been to Los Alamos, but that place is just anchored in the mountains. It's one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. So the way I was raised is just to take the free time and explore. And that's where I really found my love for photography, exploring my hometown more than I had originally, and just making pictures that I love looking back at to this day.
Yeah, we were both juniors when COVID hit in high school. And for me, that was right smack dab in the middle of baseball season. So
Oh,
we
man.
played 2 games. I remember like the day COVID shut everything down was weird. I remember we played a game that morning and we were all joking about it. Great plan, guys. Joke about it.
Mhm.
Because we had dealt with something earlier in the year and we were like, oh, it's going to be the same thing, whatever. And then our coach calls us all up and he's like, hey, we're playing another game tonight. If you receive a phone call from me, you're starting. Okay, well, I get a phone call. Hey, you're going to start behind the plate. My first varsity game, and it's like, you're starting. Let's go. I was like, holy shit, this is happening. Okay, so then, yeah, I mean, a lot of people did a lot of different things during that COVID time. For me, that's when I really found out I really love this media deal. I was taking a media class, and we were doing classes online, and I was having my little brother help me film stuff, or he was my actor, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get ready for baseball. We'll get there when we get there, if that's what I want to do. Well, here we are. I own a microphone and a headset and all kinds of other shit to do things like this. But do you have okay, I'm enjoying this photography gig, I'm enjoying this writing gig, but is that like what you're set on doing, or is there something else that you want to do?
I got a year left, so I'm still looking to try a few more things, get back to the news realm next semester. But I don't think anything's set in stone right now. At the end of the day, I want to be in a cool place doing something that I love. So I'm pretty open-ended in that regard.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I see the work that you're doing and the pictures he sends me some of the stuff he takes at football, or he takes at one of the pictures I really like. I'll put it in this in the editing process of things, but it's the picture that you took of the guy doing the dance for New Mexico State.
Yeah, dude.
I really like that picture. And then I didn't grow up. I had a friend who I worked out with that he was a swimmer,
Hmm.
but I've never really been like, oh, let me just watch a swim meet or let me look at swim meet pictures. This guy sends me this stuff and I'm like, yo, I've never thought about like even reporting or looking at swim meets at all. What's that experience been like? Have you been around swimming a lot?
Yeah, man. I've been around swimming since third grade. I had to be forced to join the swim team, and I wasn't happy about it, but that turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. The people that live here in Cruces with me are my best friends that have been on the swim team with me for almost a decade now. I haven't swam in a while, but that love for swimming has always been there for me. And the second saw that I had the opportunity to cover swimming, I was like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And they make my job look easy, man. It's not like football where you're trying to predict the play or anything. There's 8 lanes right there, and then the diver's already talented. Just gotta make sure you frame it up.
Yeah. I mean that's the hardest thing. I feel like when I go film like football, I've filmed football in the past. I've done some baseball in the past, done some softball in the past, soccer. I'm trying to think of all the sports I've ever filmed before basketball. And you're just hoping that something cool happens and you get it. And then when you're in the editing process, you're like, damn, I missed that. Are you serious? Like, that was
Exactly,
cool.
dude.
Like, I missed that. And then there'll be other times where you're like, yeah, baby, I got that one. Nah, no, I got that one. So yeah, swim, I would imagine, all right, they about to do some flip. Like, I'm ready for it. Like, you just got to make sure you're in the right spot at the right time with the right angle.
Exactly.
Absolutely, man. So what has been the hardest sport that you've had to cover, in your opinion?
Volleyball, dude. Volleyball is very hard to photograph.
Volleyball's
Like,
tough.
it's hard to make these photos creative in a way because
Uh-huh.
they're all just staying there in the same place, and it all moves so fast
Right.
that you really got to know where to be and what angles you want before you're shooting because it
Now,
all moves so fast.
do y'all have men's volleyball or just women's?
Just women's. Men's
Okay,
volleyball would be crazy too.
So we do too. We have women's, and I like volleyball. Big volleyball guy. I've always watched volleyball at the Olympics and all that. I don't know how many people really think about this. As a male shooting a female sport, is it awkward? Because like to me, it's super awkward sometimes.
I mean, as long as you're going about it in a respectful way, I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure there's like the known knowledge between the players and the photographers that obviously you're not there to try and do anything bad with any
Right.
bad intent.
Absolutely.
It's just the way
And
that things
yeah.
fit.
And I've known some of my, I've known a lot of the volleyball players that I do the coverage for a long time. But even like I had to shoot one of their exhibition games that we had, and I had to make an intro video for them, like this, hype intro. Hey, we're getting ready to play before the starting lineups at plays, and I'm like, oh man, I feel so awkward right now shooting because I was kind of shooting from the floor level.
Mm-hmm.
So like about the second or third set, I was like, no, I can't. We were playing a 4-set thing with this team because they came all the way from Oklahoma. It was an exhibition. It didn't matter. So I ended up going to the top and just shooting down. And that's where a majority of my shots came from, was from the top. And I don't think people realize, like, as males that do photography, that do videography, we're not trying to be weird. We're trying to do our job, and our job is to get coverage. And some people, I've had people in the past are like, oh, why'd you take that shot? Why'd you use that shot? I was like, because she just got a kill, or she just went up and under on this opponent. Like, if I'm doing basketball, which I do a lot of as well, it's like, that's why I use the shot. There's no other reason behind why I use that shot. And I think a lot of people get lost. They get lost in that sort of, oh, you're a male covering a female sport. That's why you're doing it because it's a female sport. No, I'm doing it because it's my damn job. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we're going to get into, I got a few questions that I ask every guest. We're going to get into them.
Let's do it.
What do you feel is your biggest strength in your job? Like, what are you like, this is my best strength here?
Man, that's a tough question.
Because you're a jack of all trades, in my opinion, big dog. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it. I would say just being willing to show up early, be on time, and do whatever job is needed, whether that be what you want to do or what you didn't expect to do. Just being there and being willing. That's the best thing you can do, I think.
and being ready to go.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right. What's your favorite time of day? You big morning guy, big night guy?
It depends. Like, if I know I'm getting up in the morning to go on a hike for the sunrise, no problem getting up. But I love my sleep, so probably just enjoying a nice sunset. Favorite time of day.
Okay, I like it. So far, obviously, you kind of you talked about the the news break you had to do with the suicide awareness. What's the biggest learning experience that you've had, though? Would you say that was kind of what it was, or was there something else that really stuck out?
It's that on top of learning to work in deadline-driven environments. Because like after I shot that package out, well, I was assigned that package on a Friday. The event happened on a Saturday, and then I spent all of the week leading up to Thursday night when it aired, sequencing and editing that package, literally until 4:30. Broadcast is at 6.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's something that's I want we're going to talk about. On average, when you're doing, say, video or even photography, because I know you probably do some editing with your photos. What would you say the average time, do say photography and then do video, that you spend editing?
After a football game, I probably spend at least an hour going through everything at least once and seeing what I have. and then editing the ones that I think are strong and sending them off to the boss of media relations. But yeah, I lost my train of thought, low key. But
No, you're good. So you'd say about an hour for photography. What about when you do video? If you edit, how long are you spending time editing?
video takes me a lot more, especially if it's in the news realm. Sequencing packages is like not my strong suit, and Adobe Premiere is a beast to try and learn. There's just something new every time, I swear.
Yep. Yep. I mean, Adobe that's the industry standard. Adobe is the industry standard. Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Premiere, Soundcheck, all that. I am not an industry standard guy. I use something completely different. I'm a big Final Cut Pro kind of guy. So I
Okay.
use Final Cut Pro. But even like the shortest, like the intro video that I made for volleyball this year, it's 59 seconds, give or take.
Mhm.
That took me almost 3 hours
I
because
don't doubt it, man.
I had to go through the shots. Then I had to find music that worked with it. Then I had to make sure the music lined up with the shots. Then I had to make sure I liked the shots where they were. And that's just, I mean, so then, people see the vlogs and they're like, oh, that was a 15-minute vlog. How long did that take you? That took me 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like, it took me 3 days to do. I mean, the editing process is great. And if you're good at it, maybe, and I'm not saying I'm great at it.
Mhm.
If I was doing this all in Adobe, it'd take me 5 weeks. But
Exactly.
I've never really worked with Adobe though. I've worked with it in classes, but Adobe's just not my gig personally. I know how to use it. So if somebody was like, hey, can you use it? Oh yeah, no problem. Might take me a minute to get some shit up, but I'm gonna get it. So just the editing time that people don't realize how much that really is. Growing up, who was your idol? Like, did you have it could be your parent, it could be a celebrity. Did you have an idol?
Probably my dad, man. My dad, there's nothing that can stop that man to this day. He's pushing 64 and he's still the hardest working man that I know. So just trying to emulate that to the best of my ability, honestly.
Absolutely. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 3
Oh,
siblings.
older or younger?
I have an older sister and then a younger brother and sister.
Okay, so you're kind of like caught in the middle a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely you're like caught in that middle a little bit. You got the sister that you can go to for help if you need it, and then you're helping out the younger siblings. I have a younger sibling, so I'm always like, trying to help the kid. Hey, figure out what you're doing with your life, kid. You just graduated high school. Figure it out. No, but that's cool. That's awesome. What's your favorite type of music? If you get to pick the aux, you on the aux, what you playing?
Oh man, it's a loaded question. I have a Chili Peppers tattoo on my wrist.
Okay.
So they've always been one of my favorites, but, as far as, like, genres, hip hop is always such a vibe to me. I love how
Yeah.
people are expressing themselves through the lyrics and the minimalist or, not so minimalist production. So
Right.
things like Mac Miller, MF Doom, um, I don't know if you've heard of this guy right here, Masayoshi Takanaka, a Japanese guitar player. Just, like, a little bit of everything, man.
Okay. So
Love
you
it.
you just you a mix of it all, man.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I'm big country guy. So you got a little bit of country on you.
Oh, I live in Las Cruces, man. That's the culture down here.
That's fair. That's definitely yeah. I should have thought of that before I said that question, honestly. And you were
Hey, I
friends with
should have thought
Emerson.
about that before I moved down here. I didn't expect it to be like that at all, honestly. But
Not
it's
at
just a
all.
part of Cruces that I've embraced.
Well, you talked about it, but your favorite artist?
Mac Miller, probably.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were gonna say the Chili Peppers with the tattoo and everything. Okay.
Mac Miller's discography covers so much more depth than people realize, and I think that's so beautiful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is there like one song that it could be by anybody that you're like, you know what, if I had to listen to this on repeat for the rest of my life, I could do it?
Mm, that's another really tough question. Um, Probably Us and Them by Pink Floyd, one of the longer
Okay.
format songs.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to get sick of those.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of songs that are like that are that longer format that a lot of people will listen to a lot. Okay, so this isn't one of the questions that I asked, but I thought of this as we were sitting here. When you watch, say, a newscast, right? Are you like critiquing it or analyzing it when you watch it because you've been in there?
I wouldn't say critiquing, but I'm definitely analyzing it. I don't know if you saw, I think he's the KOB or the Action News 7 guy, Doug Fernandez. He was
Hmm.
like saying something and then he wasn't saying something and they pan back to him and he's like throwing his script up in the air. I know what it's like being in the back room, operating the teleprompter, having the producer leaning over your shoulder kind of thing. So that was
Yeah,
funny to watch.
yeah, I definitely did see that clip, and yeah, I feel like and if I see somebody mess up in, say, broadcasting or podcasting or whatever they're doing, I'm like, it's a big sigh of relief because I know I'm not the
Yeah.
only one that's messing up. Even the pros, they call them do it.
Hmm.
If you could have dinner with any celebrity, living or dead, who would it be and why?
LeBron, dude. Why not? Still playing. One of the most, if not the most, illustrious careers in the NBA. I bet he's got a lot to talk about and the people he's played throughout the years and the people he's met throughout the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
bet that
love
would
that.
be interesting.
I love that. Um, what's like a hidden talent that you have, or something that people might not know about you?
Um, I don't know. I play guitar. The way I learned guitar is just listening to music and figuring out the chords.
Okay, yeah, I've tried to learn the guitar. Unfortunately, I'm not musically talented, so I'm screwed. But yeah, that's awesome. No, I love that, man. I mean, guitar. I feel like if you can play the guitar, man, and you and your buddies, yeah, I'm from a country town, so this is my mindset. But if you and your buddies hit a back road and you got a fire going and you got some brewskis around you, yes, everybody is over 21. YouTube, please don't attack me. Um, you can play a little guitar, have some brewskis, sing a little fire songs. Yeah, okay, I get you. I get you. Maybe helps you out with the ladies a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? um, what's your favorite restaurant?
I haven't thought about that in a really long time. Um, the weekend I saw you, I had dinner with my parents at El Pinto in Albuquerque,
Oh, okay.
and that place blew me away. Next time you're
Guys,
up there, definitely check that out.
El Pinto. Okay, yeah. I think is that up by the airport?
No, that's up
No.
on the west side of I-25 across from Tramway,
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. There's a
just up from
place.
Corrales.
Yeah, there's a place by the airport in Albuquerque, right next to the Best Western, that people have been talking about. That have been, oh, you got to try it, you got to try it. And I'm up in Albuquerque, not a ton, but every now and then I am. So gonna have to give that a shot, definitely. What's your like go-to order at like any restaurant? I guess like Chipotle or El Pinto. Like, what's your go-to at any restaurant?
As far as like New Mexican and Mexican places, stuffed sopapillas with adobada, that is so good. One of my
Yo,
favorite dishes for sure.
so I go to Isotopes games quite a bit. I
Mhm.
know the SID at the Isotopes, so I always go to the game and then I go visit him. And they had these nachos with adobada.
Oh.
Oh my lord, boy! When I told you I ate that whole thing in like a matter of minutes, I killed it.
That
I
sounds so
killed
fire.
it. It was so good, bro. I mean, and I had never really had it, and all my buddies were getting it, and I was like, all right, why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Some people vibe with it, some people don't. And I was like, yep, I vibe with it. That's for sure. Nah, I eat the shit out of this. This is awesome. This is awesome.
I'm gonna have to try that for sure.
Definitely gonna have to give that a shot. What's your favorite type of movies?
I like documentaries. I like stories on real events. I think that
Yeah, big
is
doc.
really gravitating for me.
Yeah, documentaries, docu-series. You big docu-series kind of guy too?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, like I mean, those are you learn from those a lot. I feel like.
Mhm.
So what are your 3 favorite movies of all time? Like if any genre, any whatever. 3 favorite, go.
Number one is Forrest Gump for sure.
Okay.
Um, Good Will Hunting is another really good one.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Gotta check that one out. It's a
Okay.
must.
I'm
And
gonna have to get on.
probably The Martian. That one really
Oh,
blew me away.
yeah, I like that one too. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, hell yeah. Are you watching like any shows right now that you want people? You're like, hey, you need to go watch this if you haven't.
Me and my roommates just started the Chad Power series. That's been pretty.
Okay.
That's been something.
On the Chad Powers, the Glenn Powell, the whole Hulu series special.
Yeah.
Eli Manning did that whole thing. I remember when Eli did that, and I was like, oh wow. And then
hmm
I think Red Bull did it too. They did like a similar deal,
Yeah.
and Chris Bryant did it at Mesa College, Mesa Community College in Arizona.
hmm
And then, which is weird because I played at that college at one point. I did a camp there.
hmm
And then out of high school, I went to a junior college in California,
Okay.
Ventura Community College. And the year before I got there, Jared Goff did something
Right. I was gonna
similar
say
with Red
that.
Bull. So the year before I got to Ventura, he did that. And I was like, or it was like 2 years before because of the whole COVID thing. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I remember having to run laps on that football field. And I'm like, yo, Jared Goff
Yeah.
played catch right here. This is crazy. So that's a good one. I like that. What's like a show, like a comfort show? Like, you know what? I need to just kind of chill out, had a tough work day or whatever. What's it like? What's your comfort show? What's your go-to? Or
It was
movie, even
Breaking
if
Bad
it's
for
a
a long time.
okay.
But Better Call Saul, I found is kind of. I've enjoyed that more than Breaking Bad. Maybe that's a hot take,
Oh,
but
might be. I haven't watched Breaking Bad actually.
really,
I have not. I need to because everybody keeps talking about it, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about because I unfortunately did not watch it.
yeah, I feel like it's a must, man. Especially because you're here in New Mexico.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to now. I'm gonna have to. All right, just a couple rapid fire questions, and we'll get you out of here. I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to do this.
Absolutely, bro.
First question: Gatorade or Powerade?
Powerade,
What color?
light blue,
Say again.
light blue,
Light blue. Easy. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke,
Coke. McDonald's or Wendy's?
McDonald's, dude.
Subway or Firehouse Subs?
Gotta say Subway because I haven't been to a lot of
Oh,
Firehouse Subs in
you
my
have been to.
days.
So what about like Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's? Like any of those Trump Subway?
Nah, I would say like
No.
Jason's Deli in Albuquerque's close,
Jason's
but
Deli. Yeah, I forget you, an Albuquerque guy. I gotta remember that.
mm,
Yeah. I gotta remember that. I got you. McDonald's or Wendy's?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Big Don's guy. What are you getting at Don's if we going?
Um, Depends on the day, dude. Depends if I'm
I
feeling
got you.
chicken or a burger.
Okay. I got you. All right, here we go. This is a tough one. Canes or Chick-fil-A?
Canes, but there's one
No.
that I'd take over both of them, and that's
Oh.
Popeyes.
Oh! Oh, we got a Popeyes fan in the building.
Maybe it's a
Got a
hot take, but
Popeyes fan in the
I'll
building.
stand on that.
He stand on it. Stand on the business. Stand on the business. Yes, sir. I actually took an ASL class, and the minute I saw DK start doing that, I said that in every class. I was
Exactly.
heck yes, sir. All right. Well, Gabe, shout out your social media real quick. It's also going to be in the description on here. Shout out
You
yourself
can
on the
follow me
socials.
on Instagram at GabeKT0. Stay tuned for a lot more photos, hopefully, and maybe more multimedia stuff with Jace. We'll see how the semester treats us. So
Yeah, well,
thanks for having me, bro. This has been fun.
yeah. Of course, man. I appreciate you coming on. And hey, everybody, make sure you're always checking out JMH Media Co. on Instagram. My personal Instagram, Jason Co. And make sure you guys are liking and subscribing all these. It helps out with all the other videos in the channels. Gabe, big dog, appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, Jace. Appreciate
We'll
you.
close it out. We'll see y'all later.